Hi, Democrats. Today is Friday, August 4th. Time for the Chair's Daily Live. And happy birthday, President Obama. All righty, so I'm in a great mood. So I'm going to start out with the good news, right? The good news is the jobs report. The number isn't as big as everybody was hoping that it would be, but it is still positive. There were 187,000 jobs added last month. 187,000 jobs added in July. That is awesome. What that reflects is 31 months of continuous job growth, 31 months of continuing to add jobs. And as I said last month, we already added all the jobs back from the pandemic, and now we're adding more jobs since the pandemic. 4,187,000 to be exact. We just keep adding jobs. And so President Biden is doing the right things. Inflation has come down for 12 months straight. Wages are up. Wages were up in July 2023 over July 2022. More small businesses were created in the first 2 years of President Biden's administration than ever before in history. Bidenomics is working. I'm not the only one saying it, because you know me, I'm a partisan person. But Morgan Stanley, who doesn't have, a firm, not a person, Morgan Stanley is even saying that Bidenomics is working. So I just want to start with good news and to remind you of why, if you're a Democrat, you're on the right side of this thing. Bidenomics is working. So let's talk about the spin on Bidenomics. Let's talk about what the other side is saying about Bidenomics. The United States credit rating was downgraded from AAA to AA plus, right? AA plus. Still a good rating, but it's come down. And why has it come down? It's all about credit. It's a credit rating. It's come down because they see what is happening in our national legislature. They saw the game of chicken that Congress played with the debt ceiling. That they weren't going to negotiate, and they were going to let it all happen, and they were going to let America be default to our creditors. And the rating agency said, you know what? I don't know if America can be trusted. We're going to downgrade their rating because we don't know if the next time they try this, if they'll be successful and they'll default. That's just how credit works. You don't pay your bills, you act like you're not going to pay your bills, your credit rating goes down. And that's what we did as a nation. Congress pretended like they were not going to pay our bills. They were not going to honor our debt. And the world judged us. Now, you go on Twitter and you go on the news shows and you hear them all complaining that our rating is down. They caused it, and now they're complaining about it. Actions have real consequences. That's why we need a grown-up. That's why we need someone who knows how this all works at the helm. And we have that in President Biden. We look at who the other side is running. We have someone on that side who knows how to swindle people. We have someone who knows how to put a spin on to get people to spend money that they don't have. Get people to pay get people who aren't as wealthy as he is, but aren't as wealthy as he is, to pay his legal bills. He's a swindler. He's a professional swindler who has all of his friends and allies having to get lawyers to defend themselves for helping him. That's what's happening over there. And over here, we have someone who's creating an environment where we're creating jobs. Someone who's creating an environment where inflation comes down and wages go up. We're on the right side. And so while they have a clown car of candidates and they're picking the would-be criminal, we're on the right side, and we must stand steadfast to make sure that everyone knows that that's what's going on. Now, a little bit closer to home, not quite Oklahoma, a little bit closer to home. Last week, I came on and I railed about the barrels that were covered in razor wire at the border. Now, be clear, I want folks to enter our country through legal means, do what they are supposed to come into our country in legal means. But we know that folks are coming in all manner of ways. And to come up with the cruelest way to stop folks by actually risking life and limb, it seems unnecessarily cruel and inhumane. I said that last week, and unfortunately last night it came to pass. They found a human being dead, trapped in the razor wire. And by the way, there are members from the Oklahoma National Guard down there who had to see that and who has to deal with that, thanks to our governor. It's just so sad. I don't want to, because I'm in too good of a mood. I'm not going to talk about the last president and all of the stuff, and there is a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to let him ruin my mood. I'm just going to say, understand you're on the right side, that President Biden and Vice President Harris are doing the right things and setting the United States back on the right path. And we just have to get the word out and make sure that everyone knows. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back here Monday at 4:15.